that come here. And there are more advanced programs like recently we got a professor from the United States called the Canada First Excellence Research Chair, which is kind of the very elite program. From the students' perspective, I mean, there are a number of initiatives, and through China Scholarship Council, we get a lot of students, also students from Tsinghua University. And so we provide extra funding for some of those students. And then one of the great things at the research level, connected to research projects, is PhD co-tutor. There's a joint PhD program where a student from either Tsinghua University or a student from the University of Calgary can get a PhD. And that program is currently in China as well. And so we can enhance those opportunities. So there's a lot of incentives, and we need motivation, a lot of gas from both ends to get things moving.
Great. I think the last question, I'm going to roll two of the questions into one. Mr. Jin, that you asked, and also the one Mr. Glenn Wong asked. And it's effectively, how do we compare to other institutions? And what are we doing to continue to increase our impact and ranking? So let me just put that into perspective, and I mentioned a few numbers. So we're a young university. We just turned 50 years of age. In that last 50 years ago, we had 4,000 students. Now we have almost 32,000 students. We've grown a lot in size of students in terms of impact. Just 5 years ago, our research revenue to the university, and these are where our faculty to go out to compete for research funds, was about $286 million a year. Now we're at $360 million a year. So gone up significantly in an environment where research funding in the country has either been stable or decreased. So we have been on a path of acceleration. How have we done this? We have been very focused. We have a clear university strategy, Eyes High, which talks about being a top 5 research university. We have been very strategic in what areas we want to be known for. I mentioned those earlier, everything from energy to some of the health areas right through to new earth space technologies. We've also developed and created an environment where we are investing in our areas of research where we have strength, and we're recruiting new scholars. So in 2012, we announced the attraction of 50 new professors, and last fall we announced we're recruiting another 100 new professors. This allows us to bring in new people with new ideas to expand our research impacts. So one of the things we did when we launched our Eyes High strategy, we said we want to be a top 5 research university. What does that mean? We developed 42 key performance indicators, areas where we would measure in teaching, in research, and community. And you say, well, what are the current top 5 research universities in Canada? Well, it's University of Toronto, University of British Columbia, University of Montreal, McGill, and University of Alberta. So if we want to be in that top 5, we need to understand how they are performing, and we need to set very clear targets to join that group. So that's what we did. And every year, in fact, this morning, I just presented to our Board of Governors our latest data for the University of Calgary. And what we see on 36 of the 42 metrics, we have comparable data to the current top 5. And we have already attained a top 5 standing in 25 of the 36 key performance indicators. Now, what are the areas where we are top 5? In areas such as retention of students, that's important from first to second year, graduation rates, employment rates, time to completion of degrees. In research, where are we top 5? In areas in technology transfer, so disclosures, company spin-offs, as well as in research funding per faculty member, as well as publications per faculty member. Those areas. And then in community, we are in the top in the country in philanthropy or raising money from donors, as well as in other areas around financial sustainability. So we have done very well in a short time. And again, it's very much to the support, the quality of faculty and staff and students that we have, but also, and that's another part of the question from Mr. Wong, is we've also worked very hard at developing the culture of the University of Calgary. This is a large institution, it's very complex, but we want to create an institution that creates a respectful environment, that creates a productive environment, but also creates a caring community, that everybody wants to be 105% committed to Eyes High. I'm going to keep quoting you on that, Kai, as I give speeches. I love that. So what does that look like? That means we believe in what the university is trying to do. We have a shared sense of the mission of the University of Calgary, but it means we also care for our community. So for example, this year, how do we demonstrate that? Well, the fires in Fort McMurray, people were evacuated. 1,400 of those evacuees came and lived at the University of Calgary. We had the largest evacuation site in the province of Alberta, bigger than any other post-secondary institution. Why? Because of the quality of care we provide. And 1,400 people, 400 were children going to local schools. We still have 350 staying on our campus. That's the kind of campus we want to create, the type of environment we want to support our faculty in. And if you put that with strategy, focus, measuring results, and culture of the community, you put that all together, we have great days ahead. So I want to appreciate all the questions that have been asked. In terms of our relationship with Tsinghua, we can't do that from my office. We can start conversation, but I turn to our faculty, like John Chen, who have connections, like Fidel Ganucci and others, building on their relationships. How do we expand those and scale up? That's where we'll have enduring partnerships in areas of mutual interest. And I look forward to doing more of that with your alma mater, Tsinghua University. Thank you so much.
Just also with that last question about how do we do this one, because University of Calgary with active and very, we pay attention to China. We identify China as one of the private countries, and Tsinghua University is one of the universities that we identified. Of course, we have been forced to teaching visit to China, Tsinghua University, in the last 4 years. So I have invited Tsinghua University to visit the University of Calgary for a strategic visit. And we invited them to be part of our big initiative in Beijing with our Beijing research site. So I think it's time for Tsinghua University to make a strategic visit to the University of Calgary. And we will keep on continuing our relationship and working with them. And there's lots of things we can do. But let's be strategic and focus. And I'm sure with that we will be able to build a sustainable and very good partnership. So I'll take this event to a closure right now, and then Andrea just mentioned that we ordered some more food, and so please enjoy the rest of the evening. And I know that you have your meeting right now, and so thank you very much, and good evening.